Welcome back to the Prosperity Practice. This is Brandon Hanley, and today is day number 7 of the Prosperity Practice. And if you have been playing along with us, thank you. Hope you are enjoying yourself. Hope that you are finding more prosperity in your day, or at least paying attention to some of the things that you actually want in your life. Not just what you think you can get, but what is it that you actually want in your life? All right, let's check it out. Today, you are going to receive $6,400. How would you spend $6,400? What would you get for yourself? How would you find a little bit more joy in your life? For me, I decided that it would be really fun. I've always wanted to go to Whistler, Canada, and I think it's in Canada anyways. I never really looked that deep in it. And just go ski and hang out and have some fun. So I did, for 2 people in Whistler, we did ski, lodging, transport, and rentals, 3 days. That was coming up to about $2,400. Plane tickets, round trip, were $1,400. I figured that was just going to be the trip. So then I also decided to buy groceries for my mom and my sister, about $1,200. Meg keeps talking about how Sophie needs dental care. I don't know about you guys, but when I grew up, I never took my dog to the dentist or had any dental care for the dog. However, $300 for the dog and her dental care. Congratulations, Sophie, on your new smile. And finally, the $1,100. I just couldn't figure out quite how to spend it, so I decided that I would buy supplies and make food for the local United Way. That was how I decided I was going to spend my $6,400. As always, if you are participating in the Prosperity Practice email game that sends you a check every day for 30 days, and sends you a check that grows in value every day. And at the bottom of that email, it gives you some encouraging text, some ways to think maybe a little bit differently, or just kind of spark the juices. The first one today is from Earl Nightingale, and it says, "Our environment, the world in which we live and work, is a mirror of our attitudes and expectations." Again, what are your attitudes? And what are your expectations? Do you have any expectations? Have you set anything up to expect? And I always also thought that it was really interesting to think about attitude. I just thought of, I can't think about it anymore different since I'm already familiar, but if you think about attitude and somebody's attitude, that's the way they approach something. The actual definition is a settled way of thinking or feeling about someone or something, typically one that is reflected in a person's behavior. There's also a position. So this is a position of a body proper to or implying the action of a mental state. Just the way that you carry yourself and the way that you kind of bring yourself forward, and the way that others are going to perceive you. So what is your attitude within yourself, and what are your expectations? Do you actually have any? And I think that once you kind of sit down and spend some time thinking about that, that's going to be reflected in your daily life. Here we go with the second one. Today's second encouraging text is, "Within you is the divine capacity to manifest and attract all that you need or desire." That one's a little bit out there, but this is what we're working on, right? We're working on our mind. You gotta be, what does your mind look like? How big is your mind? How great is your mind? Is your mind just your brain? Is it just what's contained within your cranium? Or is it something greater? So when he talks about within you is the divine capacity to manifest and attract all that you need or desire, I think that's powerful. When you think about divinity, of, from, or like God, or a God, is what is listed in the definition of divine. Another definition, and this is informal, is excellent and delightful. And I think this is some dated ones. I think that it's kind of interesting. It's always interesting to really delve into the words a little bit deeper. One dated version is providence or God. Another one, the origin here is divus, which is God-like. Deus, God. So really, it's kind of, he's saying the God within, right? So whatever that means to you, and again, I liken it to, your mind, right? Just how powerful is your mind? Is your mind your spirit? Is your mind, what is your mind? And I think that if you maybe put it into that context, it may be a little bit easier to swallow. That is, if you are not a spiritual person. I can't say if you're not a spiritual person, but if you're not a person that just really digs into the divinity and manifestation and attraction, but if you put it in terms of, you're working on your mind and yourself to improve and grow your mind and your abilities, what could you pull into your life? And I think that they work kind of hand in hand and in tandem, if that's the way you go about it. Anyways, that has been it for today's prosperity practice. I hope that you're enjoying what we are doing, and looking forward to hearing from you. How are you going to spend your $6,400? You can always let us know. You can send us an email at brandon@prosperity-practice.com. You can pop over to the Prosperity Practice in Facebook and join the group. Let us know what you're doing there. You can let us know there. And there's also a button within the email where you can just go, and this is also a tool for you to use. You can go, click on the button, and you can just type in what it is that you are spending your money on. That also gives you a vehicle and a place where you can really spend some time and focus on what it is that you'd be spending this money on. Thanks again.